Hey guys, how you doing? I get this question all the time about the background check, the e-QIP, right? Electronic questionnaire for investigations processing. So people always ask me, hey, you know what? I forgot something on my background. I hear this all the time, okay? So it's not really the issue. Some of you guys who, you might have 6 or 7 different areas where you moved around to, 4 or 5 jobs, locations, so on and so forth, right? So the thing is, the common ones I see people missing are like addresses, foreign contacts, right? Things like that, even credit issues, right? So you must amend that immediately. Don't play around, get that fixed now, okay? Another thing too is that, you gotta remember that with the CBP background check people, they're not looking for perfection, they're looking for what I would call integrity. Failing to put in the information is a huge hit. So you gotta be sure that you are honest with your background for the past 17 years, whatever they're asking for, and put the information in there. Okay, Mitch, so I did make a mistake, now what do I do? Well, if your form is still open, right, you could easily, meaning that if it's not certified yet, it hasn't been submitted, you can still go back in there and log in and make the corrections on the e-QIP, no problem at all, okay? However though, if you already submitted your form, listen carefully, if you have already submitted your form, you can't go back in there. What you gotta do, you gotta contact your BI, your background investigator. They will then document the change that you asked for as long as you provided a written clarification with supporting documents. So say you forgot to put in like say you just saw something crazy, right, 3 years ago, right? You gotta call them if it's already closed. Call your BI, say, hey, this is what I did. He'll say, okay, submit that written form, details. Then he's the one's gonna add in the information for you, or she will add the information in for you if it's already closed. If it's not closed, fix it right there on the spot. Get it amended ASAP. So here's the crux, you guys. Any amendment you make, even small, it typically triggers a call from the subject for the subject investigator, meaning that you're going to get a call called a subject interview from the investigator. They're going to investigate why this was amended, and it's not really time to panic. It most likely, I hope for you on your part, was an honest mistake. So just be ready to include what happened, why you didn't put it down initially, and provide evidence of what happened, right? Court documentations, lease agreements, whatever it was, okay? You got to put that down. I don't want you to panic over honest mistakes like addresses, employment dates, even minor tickets, right? You want to put that down. Here's the crux, guys. I've done this for 5.5 years. I know folks in CBP HR, so here's the deal. As long as you are proactive, honest, and consistent, this typically will not derail your application process, right? But you gotta be honest and proactive and also consistent with what you're saying. That's what they're looking for. You have to remember, guys, I tell you this all the time. Remember, not looking for perfection, looking for honesty. Remember, you are a federal law enforcement, well, that's your goal, right? A federal law enforcement officer. Integrity must come first above everything else. So Mitchell, tell me the truth though. What will get me disqualified? Great question, right? If you're intentionally withholding information, that's gonna get you qualified. If they can prove you intentionally withheld information, yeah, for sure. Another one too is being caught in contradictions, right? If the background shows employment you didn't list or things didn't happen that weren't true, whatever, that will get you disqualified as well. The last thing too is repeated changes. If you do changes 3, 4, 5 times, it's going to suggest on their part dishonesty or just being careless, right? If you're really serious about this career, you're gonna make maybe a mistake or 2, I get that, but 4, 5, or 6, that's gonna trigger them, red flag them, like, oh my gosh, this person cannot be consistent. We don't trust them. That's what could happen. So here's the key, guys. If you have to amend, do it fast and do it quick, okay? The investigator would rather see you correct something that was inaccurate, honestly, than see you try to cover it up. You don't want to be caught for crap like that, right? Just be honest. I talk to people all the time about this kind of stuff on email, back and forth. I help you people out, of course, but just be careful. Now, if you have any questions, you don't want to put it in the comments, that's okay. Email me, mitchjeducationhub@gmail.com, okay? There we go. Have a good day, you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.